war is good for the economy.
Yeah.
What has happened now with the modern day proxy war, like what we're seeing in Ukraine and even what we're seeing in Israel, is that when you fund a conflict in another country, you get all the economic benefits without any of the lives lost yourself. So the United States is essentially bankrolling ourselves by supporting a war in Ukraine and supporting a war in Israel, et cetera, et cetera. And we had lots of proxy wars before that too. But it is economically smart. Making currency to fund those conflicts makes sense. Making currency to backfill a stimulus during the COVID crisis did not. And that's what we did wrong. We printed a bunch of money during the COVID crisis when there was no war going on, when we were just flooding our own market with dollars. What's fascinating to me is that, 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, you and I were talking about all this money that's being given to Ukraine. Yes, there is money being given to Ukraine, but there's a lot more money being given to American businesses, being given to American, causes. Like we're buying American ammunition and sending it to Ukraine and calling that part of an aid package.
Yeah.
We're essentially keeping U.S. dollars in the U.S. pockets, but sending equipment and sending materials and personnel to Ukraine. We were talking about that. Nobody in politics, no headlines, no news articles were saying that. They were all saying, this is aid going to Ukraine, aid going to Ukraine.
That's right.
Biden starts running for office, starts justifying his support for Ukraine. And how does he justify it? By finally saying, hey, these packages that we're writing are going to American businesses.
American businesses, man. They're benefiting America.
This money isn't even leaving the United States. Like, come on, support my Ukraine policy because we're going to pull this money out of the government and put it into American businesses.
Joe, the camera's over there. Yeah. God damn it. That's true. I didn't even think of that.
So it's frustrating to me because this is why I still say we have to support Israel, because what's good for Israel is in many ways good for the United States. However, what's good for Netanyahu is not the same as what's good for Israel.
Now, okay? Can you define that difference there? That's key.
There's three important differences here, right? So first of all, it's frustrating to me how many people don't understand the difference between a Jew and Israeli.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
What, Israeli or?
Israeli.
Okay.
Right? A Jew is someone who follows and believes in Judaism. That can be any citizen of any nationality anywhere in the world. They can be Jewish. You don't have to be Jewish in order to be Israeli. Israeli is a national identity, like American or Brazilian or whatever else, right? So the fact that Israel's government does not separate church and state, the fact that Israel, is a democracy that doesn't differentiate between church and state, that's one thing, but it's different from saying that if you don't support Israel, you don't support Jews.
Yes.
Completely different things. Then you have the entrenched political right-wing establishment of Israel. That is Netanyahu. So you've got one element of a government, that's Netanyahu. The government is the government of Israel. And then the faith of the state is Judaism. So you can be a Jew who has no connections to Israel, and that doesn't mean that we have to it makes me angry when people think that there's something wrong with a Jewish person because of what Israel's doing to Palestine.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
But I just want to say that out loud because you can support Jews and Judaism without supporting Israel. And I'm also saying that to all the Jewish people out there who are being told that if someone doesn't support Israel, then they are anti-Semites.
Right.
That's not true.
Yeah.
You can disagree with Israel's national policies and still have zero bias against the Jewish people. You can also disagree with Netanyahu and still support Israel.
Absolutely, yes.
But nobody's thinking of it that way. People think that Netanyahu is Israel and Israel is Judaism.
It's so stupid. Yeah.
And that's how we end up. And unfortunately, because our media in the United States is commercially based, it's a for-profit business.
Yes.
Anything that the media puts out that they want to get people stirred up, emotional, angry, alarmist, they'll make sure that they tie all those terms together. And, America hates Jews and wants to support Netanyahu.